Hello, how you doing? Okay, this video, first of all, welcome all of you for being here. I'm so excited and yes, emotionally. I don't know if that is a correct word in English. In this video, I wanted to share how light language was activated within me. I wake up, I was born awake. And then when I was 3, it was so concerning, or I was worried because I had my own languages and my own imaginary friends, and no one else had or could see or speak with them within my own family. So the connections I had, my wild imagination, was not normal in my environment. So I remember that I thought I was in the wrong family, or that I may was adopted, because it could not make sense when I was 3.5, so little, that I was so different to my family, and unconsciously it did not feel safe. So I shut down my gifts, and that caused me to have a deep depression the majority of my life, because I was negating the essence of me. So I shoot myself with barriers in my heart, because I didn't want to feel. It was scary to feel. It was scary to do things people could not do, and I thought I was going to be, look up in a place for mental illness or something. So it was safer for me to be normal. So I faked it that I was normal, and later on, it became a reality. But because I was off myself, it became my shadow. So my gifts became my shadow. And all my life, I was running, pretending to be others, or trying to be what the world wanted me to be. And then it was like so sad and frustrated, because like nothing, it was tasteful and meaningful, and then life became like a great thing. And then I had that starset thing that I felt out of the place, out of world, like alienated, like I don't fit. So I started traveling, trying to look for home, and then I didn't know that home was right here. So not to make this story long, my life started being wrong, and then I crashed in 2012. I had the worst depression. I was selling brand new cars from a huge dealer. I didn't like it. I hate my job because I had to lie to customers and didn't feel right for me. My marriage was a disaster. I didn't like being a mom, didn't like my kids. I hated myself, my body, everything. It was like oh, I just want to die. And then I wanted to die because, I don't know, it was just like nothing makes sense. And then I remember that I had someone, a friend. It was not my friend at the time. It was someone that was new in my job, in the dealer that I was working. He was new, and then the first thing he said to me, it was, "Grethel, why your aura is white?" And I was like, I don't know. I don't think I even believe in God at that time. And then I said, is that a bad thing? But deep within, I got upset, like, how stupid you are. How do you dare to see my aura and then to intervene into my life? So I was like, right? And then he said, yeah, because you have no color. You lost your color, so you are just like a white page trying to have color on it, but you don't allow color to be in your life. So I was like, it didn't make sense. I didn't understood, but it just clicked something. So I became curious, and then I had to work with him. We started working in a mall selling cars, and then he was seeing angels, ghosts, entities, all kinds of things. And then I didn't believe. I think he was crazy, but it woke up in me the curiosity, and then I started asking a lot of questions like, does it hell exist? Do you believe in demons? Do you believe in angels? How the angels look like? What the angels said about me? What color is my aura? Things like that. And then one day I remember that I was crying, like peeling onions, and then he said, do you want me to do healing on you with the angels? And I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't think I didn't believe. And I was not even meditating yet. So I remember that he put his hand on my shoulder and then start whispering prayers, like whatever he said. And then like in 5 seconds, my pain, it was gone. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. How do you do it, right? And then I started smiling, and then he said, oh, your aura become purple. That's so beautiful. And then you have your grandma, and then whatever, many things that he was seeing on me. And I was like, oh, I want to do that. It just feels like so amazing. And then he said, you should meditate. And I was like, meditation? What is that? And then he sent me a recording, and then it started like, you're going into a 2-hour flight, and then unblock your chakras and whatever. And I told it was like nonsense. So I said, you know what, dude, I don't think I feel like doing this. Shit. I don't think like it's like me. And then he said that the angel said that I should meditate and that I had to search for my family. And I was like, family? No, that's a nightmare. Cancel. So I rejected the possibility of going into meditation and self-work for a year because I was in denial. And I was in denial because I didn't want to face that my life was going into a mess, because I don't know, probably it was more comfortable to be where I was, not doing anything, just letting the life to guide me to whatever. So things, I'm gonna turn the AC off. I think it's too cold. So things went worse, and then I couldn't handle. I started crying all day for no reason. I was completely zombie. And then he said, you should meditate, you should meditate, you should meditate. And one day he said, you know what the heck, I'm gonna meditate. So I started meditating, and I remember that I saw butterflies in my skin, and then I was like, that's so cool. It felt good, but I thought it was flies. And then next day I said to my friend, you know what? I was meditating with the angels and I love it, but the flies, I had flies and mosquitoes in my home, so I could not connect. And then he said, those were the angels. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then I like it because it felt like I had proof that it was something else beyond the beyond, that it was assisting me. And then the second time I started seeing like sons of light passing like poof, poof, and then I got freaked out because I thought they may be ghosts or something. And I didn't want to open my eyes, and then I started crying. And then my friend said, Gretel, that's the angels, is how they look, like orbs of light. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Even though I cry a lot, it was like so releasing, so I love it. And then the third time, I started seeing shadows. So I totally freak out, and then I stopped meditation because I realized I opened door to something I didn't know how to handle. I didn't want it to. And then for a while, I went to a retreat. So in my retreat, we were in 48 hours fasting. We only were having coffee or chamomile tea, and we were writing a lot. And it was up in the mountain, so we were not sleeping, we were not eating. It was lots of releasing. So I remember about a half of the retreat, I started seeing angels. and I didn't know if I should tell people or not. But I started saying, there is an angel right there. There is another angel in the cloud. And then when I closed my eyes, I started seeing like partial faces of angels, like half like that, half like that, half like that. And some of them looked like alien alike. And I was like, oh, why do I have aliens? I don't think I even believe in aliens. And I was like, oh, what is that? But then in the center, it was a beautiful face of Archangel Michael. It was so detailed, and it just transmit to me peace and protection and security and confidence. And even though I did not believe in God at the time, did not know anything about angels, it was so comforting and beautiful and calming that I let the illusion or the sea or opening or whatever you want to call it just to be. Because I don't know, sometimes when you have things from spirit, there is no need to ask about who are you, where are you coming from. It's just the whole energy is so resonated in calm and peace that feels good, and it's just like so good. Like if you are kissing someone, you don't have to put your mouth like that, move your tongue like that. You just kiss someone and you just let the kiss the flow to whatever way you should happen because you are in the flow. So I instantly allow myself to be in the flow. And then I open my eyes and then I stopped seeing them. And then I was like, oh, that's cool. So I started closing my eyes again and I said, and they were like the 30 faces. And then I opened and it was gone. And then I said, oh, probably I should ask questions. I was just trying to explore what was happening to me. And then I asked something like, are you Archangel Michael? And then I remember that it started raining. And I was like, oh, it just answered to me. I don't know. And then I opened my eyes and then nothing. And then I closed my eyes and then there it was the faces of the angels. And then I did like 3 or 4 questions that I don't even remember. And then some of the answers were like strong wind, like, and then another it was raining like, and then I said, oh gosh. So there is a field where you can connect that one way or another replies to you, and then you can get answers and guidance. So I thought it was cool, and then I told my friend, and then he said that we're the angels. He explained to me a little bit, and then he said that it was too soon for me to start seeing stuff. And then lots of things happens in my life. I had cancer. I did not have a job. I separated myself. I ended being homeless. I had no money, no nothing, and I was sick. I didn't know what type of cancer it was because I was not going into any treatment at all. And then I had to move with my family into another state. And then at that time, I started meditating every day, morning, afternoon, and night, because the angels just bring calm to me. And then I started seeing them everywhere, orbs of light, flashes of light, in people, through the walls, lots of things. And then I thought it was amazing. After doing it with the angels, I allow it because it felt safe. I remember that connecting with Archangel Raziel was scary because he showed to me like a triangle of light. And then I googled him, and then they said that he was like a magician angel, and I was like, fuck no, I'm not gonna connect with this dude, right? Because it was so scary to connect with the unknown that I was shutting the channel again. And I just opened it when it felt safe for me because I didn't know how to handle my light, my power, I think. So I think, I started in the course of Melanie Beckler, and she started sending meditations for us every month. And I was being very committed, and then lots of magical things happened to me. out of the blue, like miracles. And that gave me the confirmation that it was some power out there that, like, for example, okay, I was living with my brother, and then they said, you cannot live with right here, you cannot live with us anymore, Gretel, because it's time for you to learn to be by yourself. And I was like, how am I gonna support myself, right? I was working, but I didn't know how to handle my life. And then my sister found a rich person that had a house and did not want to rent it, just wanted someone to take care of the house in a good neighborhood for rich people that I could not afford it. And then I was allowed to stay there, like paying like $80 per month, just because they wanted someone to take care of the house, right? So that was the first miracle, and I was like, oh, that's cool, but I have no furniture. And then all my family got the furniture for me, and then I was, oh, that's cool. And then I started doing readings and stuff like that. I think for me, what pushed me to do readings and stuff by donation, it was because it felt so good to work with spirit that I wanted to learn how to work it out. My channel, my Reiki, the things. The first time I did the Reiki course, I asked for a loan because I could not afford it. And I paid $500 Canadian dollars. It was so stupid to do it, but I did it because I was naive and I didn't know. And I thought in a weekend or in a month that that person was doing the attunements, I was going to be a master healer, and it was not true. It was just the first foundation for me to start practicing, because practice will make each of you a master. That's why I create the group. So please practice, practice, practice. Be committed. So, I went into my second Dark Night of the Soul. I enrolled myself into another course that it was Sandra Walter, because I already knew I was a star seed. I started seeing symbols everywhere in my meditations. I had dreams that I was speaking languages, doing sounds that I didn't know. I didn't know it was light language. I did not knew anyone that was doing what I was doing. I asked my brother said that I wasn't seeing, things like that. I didn't know, I was scared, I was freaked out. So when I started doing the course of Sandra Walters, and it was so expensive that I asked another loan because it was $4,400, but it was worth it because I became very committed into my teachings and my lessons. And then I started doing crystal reads, and then I started working with my higher self and things like that. And then I had, after my Reiki attunements, my channel was open. I started seeing shadows, demons, wizards, all kinds of aliens, ghosts, angels, of course, ascended masters. Like one day I saw Melchizedek, it was so beautiful, I will never forget. One day I saw Metatron, it was so beautiful. He had like a Merkaba of light, and then he was strolling around, and then Archangel Michael was so shiny and beautiful, just wanted like, hug me please, right? And then I was seeing all kinds of things in dream state, in between dreams, during meditation, and I was speaking with them. And then out meditation, I did not knew what I was doing. I had no message. One day I saw a beautiful, gorgeous Syrian being. He was so blue, kind of like the Avatar thing. More as anything, not that cat-like thing, but blue, and then had coats, and then the coats glitter and shine, and I was like, so cool. I have no idea who are you, where you are coming from, but I love the way you look. And then I couldn't figure it out, the pieces in my head about how to integrate and how to make it work for me in a balanced way. So I was being afraid. I didn't want to fall asleep. I thought I was being attacked by entities, so I started using and searching all kinds of protection things and spells and crystals and oils. Nothing was working because I think it was a period for me to mm, practice the different energies to discern, to practice my channeling, understanding the spirit, etc., etc., etc. So I decided to do an Akashic Records. I searched for a very badass historian, galactic, yes, galactic historian. Her name is Debbie Poletti. She charged very expensive. So I saved for the reading for 3 or 4 months until I could afford it. Actually, she is in Gaia. She doesn't do sessions anymore, but it was worth it because I asked her, I'm seeing this, I don't know what it is. And then she said, look, I think you are for the Galactic Federation of Flight, but I needed to go through your Akash to see while you were seeing these, who your guides are, whatever. So we had the Akashic Records reading like for an hour and a half. She answered all my questions. And then she said that I was doing light language and that it was part of my mission in this life, that I was here to not only to explore the language so that others could be aware about what light language is, learn light language, practice light language, because it was going to be the tool for New Earth for all of us, because it allowed us to channel, to heal, to activate, to connect with our guides, and to unblock the mind and just go with the feeling and flow and all amazing things. So I remember that I asked her, yes, Debbie, that sounds good, but how? I was so freaked out and ashamed and embarrassed to tell others what I was doing because I feel they were going to judge me. But in reality, I was judging myself. So I remember that she said, just do it. Just go for it. Just be open. And when you are in a love state, your light language is going to start coming out. And then she offered to put me in a group with, we were like 50 persons in that group. And then her light language speaker, he is, I don't remember his last name, but his name is John. He had a YouTube channel, and then he worked with Stephen Gear project and that ET contact, whatever. He was doing light language videos for all of us to practice in our home and then upload one video every week. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever time we wanted, but then like 20 persons who were very dedicated and committed to upload. Some people like Leonora Pfeiffer, another Asian that I don't remember, Leo Harris. I mean, some of them are doing amazing things already. Some people were uploading daily videos, short, like 3, 4, 5 minutes, and we were all being very positive, giving feedback. And sometimes we would start a video saying like, I don't know what I'm doing, blah, 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 right? My first love language, it was actually very alien-like, very metallic-like, kind of like, kind of like that. It was just like, and then I started evolving and then changing, and then after a year, the group disappeared because John Bertoli was going to change work, whatever. He could not guide us anymore. But in reality, Debbie and John, they just put a group for all of us to practice in our own dedication was what was activating all of us, because light language comes from a place of authenticity. When I allow myself to express the light and source in whatever way or form I feel guided to, through movement, to any symbology, or to any sound that comes through at me. So I started doing the drawings because it was the form that I could understand the message, the complete message. Sometimes I am going to do a drawing and I don't know until the drawing is finished who it is, because my drawings are changing. Sometimes if I took a lot on a drawing, it is because I'm healing something, or sometimes they start being in one way and being in another way. I think my drawings are alive, and this is a tool for all of us to grow together. So please, please, be committed with yourself. Mm, I'm just sharing my experience in all of these videos, but your job it is to get intimate with yourself, with your life, and then explore what you can do and where you feel comfortable. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. The group is very small and it's closed. You can put your videos, you can offer readings, whatever you do, so you practice and you feel comfortable. The first times I was doing lives, I was terrified. But I keep doing it, doing it, and doing it, doing it. I didn't want to open a page. I didn't. I rejected the idea for 2 years. I didn't want to meditate. I rejected the idea for a year. I did not want to open a YouTube channel. I did not want to put myself out there because I was going to feel vulnerable. My YouTube channel only has a year. And sometimes I surprise to have the audience that I do. And it is because the page, it's part of me. Every drawing has my essence on it, and it becomes healing for all of us. Whether someone pushes the services or not, they still receive the light and the healing and the guidance. And I know people sometimes print the drawings and whatever, and it's fine, because it's not about being recognized, it's about all ascending together. So I would like to invite all of you to practice, not from a place of ego that I am this and that, because right here we are all the same frequency, but from a place where we can grow all together and discover our own uniqueness that may be in our own shadow, like it always is, but from a place that we can all grow together as a family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have any questions, any comments about this video, please comment on the video and I will back to you as soon as I can, or you guys can post them in the practice group, or you guys can contact me. And please share your story. Sometimes it's like a catharsis or a catalyst for all of us to grow. Share what you do. I challenge each of you to do a video, to start posting. I don't have perfect English and it doesn't matter. I mean, Matias Stefano doesn't have a perfect English and he is in Gaia. So don't look for your weaknesses, look for your own strengths. This is a place for all of us to give feedback and support each other. And whenever you feel like you are ready to fly, go and fly and do your own thing so we can all grow together. If you have any questions about any of these topics or any other topics, please, 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 please post them in the group or contact me. And the best way that I can do, I will give them back. But the best advice I can give to all of you, it is practice from your heart. Thank you. See you in the next video.